Porter's 5 Forces is an external analysis used to monitor the level of competition in the organization's industry and its effect on performance. Porter splits external industry-level forces into competitive rivalry, threats from potential new entrants, threats from substitutes, suppliers' bargaining power, and customers' bargaining power. If these forces are favourable, Porter suggests an organization is likely to be profitable. Competitive rivalry. Management must have information on established competitors and what skills and capabilities the organization needs in order to compete with them. An industry with many competitors may be hard, while a monopoly industry easy. Competitive rivalry is likely to be high if there are a number of equally balanced competitors. Competition is likely to intensify as one competitor tries to obtain dominance. Rate of market growth is slow. The concept of the life cycle suggests that in mature markets, market share has to be achieved at the expense of competitors. Lack of differentiation between competitors, meaning customers have little incentive to switch. Threats from potential new entrants. Management should evaluate entry barriers and core competencies. How hard is it for other organizations to set up in the industry? Is there a high know-how requirement for the industry? Is there a high capital cost? Requiring a large amount of research and development costs may deter new entrants to the market. Is the industry highly regulated? Government regulation or the existence of patents and copyrights may prevent companies from entering the industry. Does the organization hold a significant economy of scale or have lower costs through experience? Lower unit costs can be of particular advantage in that it puts potential new entrants at a considerable cost disadvantage. Access to supply or distribution channels. In some industries, organizations have the power to directly influence suppliers or can control supply through direct ownership. Supplier and customer loyalty. A potential entrant will find it difficult to gain entry to an industry with established operators who have close links with key suppliers and customers. Expected retaliation. In some circumstances, a potential entrant may expect a high level of retaliation from an existing firm. Differentiation. Differentiated products and services have a higher perceived value than those offered by competitors. Products may be differentiated in terms of price, quality, brand, functionality, exclusivity, and so forth. However, differentiation may be eroded if competitors can imitate the product or services being offered. Threats from substitutes. Products should be adapted to meet the needs of different types of customers, taking into account taste and style. It is vital that products represent value for money and satisfy the need of customers, especially if there are substitute products on the market. Threats from substitutes can come from product-for-product substitution, substitution of need, or generic substitution. Supplier bargaining power. The power of suppliers can have effect on quality, cost, and reliability of materials supplied. A monopoly supplier of a vital component, for example, can apply great pressure on an organization. The power of suppliers will be high if there are a large number of customers, reducing the reliance upon one single customer, or where customers are fragmented, meaning they have little bargaining power. There are high switching costs. The supplier has a powerful brand name. There is the possibility of forward integration, for example, where the supplier might purchase the organization or set up in business that competes. Customers' bargaining power. Management must have knowledge of the needs of their customers. For example, an organization may rely on a very large customer or a group of large customers, and these will be given priority over smaller customers. Customers' bargaining power will be high if there are a few large players in the market. For example, large supermarket chains can apply a great deal of pressure on their suppliers. The cost of switching between suppliers is low. Buyers have the potential for backward integration, for example, where the buyer might purchase the supplier or set up in business that competes with the supplier. This is a strategic option which might be selected by a buyer in the circumstances where favourable prices or quality levels cannot be obtained. Porter's 5 forces is used to assess how attractive an industry is. It can be used to identify key performance management issues to mitigate the effects of the 5 forces and help an organization avoid business sectors which are unattractive. Porter's 5 forces is a powerful technique for analyzing the profitability of an industry. It can also be used to increase profits through the design of strategies that will affect the key forces. For example, if competition is fierce, perhaps the organization should consider a takeover or merger. If there is intense bargaining power from suppliers, performance might be improved by backward integration. This can be by setting up or taking over a supplier. An organization must remember that the market is dynamic, and the forces within an organization can change rapidly, especially with the introduction of new technology.